What is up, everybody? We're going to watch some paintball stuff, sorta. So if you want to watch along, you can look at the score right there and then kind of keep track. I think today we're a little behind with games, though. We technically should be in a break right here. I wanted to get ready for the 12:15 game. And I'm certainly not going to be like live streaming the actual games, right? You have to go over to gosports.com if you actually want to see gameplay. Because I'm not going to pirate the Go Sports stream. I want to look at the schedule really fast, though, to see what we have coming up here. Let's find out. Schedule for today in the professional X-Ball division. We are Division, Pro. So right now, we're kind of in the middle of this match. Heat, Revo, Impact, and Extreme, except the scores are not completely updated on PB leagues. You can see at the score on the bottom of the screen there. But up next, we're going to watch AC Diesel and Blast Camp. And then Notorious takes on the Los Angeles Ironmen. So hopefully everyone's well this fine afternoon. Let me know, all four of you that are in this chat, who's been watching NXL? And what do you think about it? You know, I don't really know. You know, I think that this layout has been so hard to watch. I don't really like the layout. It's just kind of crazy. It's very difficult to try to explain and try to talk about. So one of the things I think that they're doing, or they have been doing, I'm going to move that a little bit, on the live stream at least, has been calling this the top snake and the bottom snake. One of the things I was really interested about, you know, I don't know how, I mean, just talking about this at all is really confusing. And I think that watching it is also very confusing because we don't have any commentary, so we really kind of don't know what's happening. But overall, you know, I think that the webcast has been good and the, you know, live stream's good. It's just this layout is just so freaking confusing. Jose says, I've been watching since yesterday. Great job, Go Sports. Yeah, it's overall good. You know, I like it. What have they introduced new this year? I definitely have noticed that they put more microphones actually on the field. Which I definitely like. Having that like gun sound and we can hear like the players talking to each other and communicating a lot. So I really like that. I think that's really fun. I'm a fan of that. Yep. So one thing, let's go. We're going to switch back and we'll kind of like talk about the scores a little bit as well. In the pro division, and then maybe we'll actually put on the semi-pro field as well. Oop, that's pro 10-man. Nope. I'm in the... What am I doing? I'm in like the wrong freaking window. Am I in the scores? No, let's go over to scores. It's a little bit easier to read the scores. And do that so it's not as freaking bright. The scores. Yeah, so I guess we have some things that aren't really that surprising. You know, we have X Factor went 2-0. Dynasty's 2-0 from yesterday. Infamous are 2-0. The Hurricanes are 2-0, which is really good for the Hurricanes. Heat are 4-0. They won all their matches today with a 1-0 win over, or is that the match that we're actually kind of in the middle of that, I think. Yeah, so there's teams that have done well. Obviously, Impact and Heat both look really good, which is cool. I mean, I was really kind of curious about how a few of these teams were going to do. You know, how Aftershock was going to do. They have a completely new team, really. There's Paintball Fit. They're brand new to the pro division. We have Blast Camp, also brand new to the pro division. And I don't know, I kind of expected Paintball Fit to maybe do a little bit better. They lost some matches that I thought they could probably win. There's this fly in here that's been flying around all day. It's driving me freaking crazy. We can't really read that. It's a little hard to read. So they destroyed the ML Kings, but the ML Kings also lost their first match yesterday, or their second match 0-6 as well. So they didn't even score a point yesterday, but have done much better today. You know, that Revo match was really close, that Uprising match was really close, and that Houston Heat match was really close. You know, if I was to bet on them, I probably would have said they went 2-2, losing to Revo and losing to Heat, and it's kind of unfortunate that they lost to Uprising. But good for Uprising, though, because that was actually a really good match. And then we saw Blast Camp. Blast Camp lost to Russian Legion, certainly, and also lost to San Antonio X Factor. But later on today, they get to play Diesel and Dynasty. And Diesel also went 0-2 yesterday, right? Diesel went 0-2, losing to X Factor and Dynasty. In kind of close matches, I think that X Factor and Dynasty both had leads in the beginning of those matches, and then they were able to kind of claw their way back a little bit. NXL, so they're on a break right now, so how about we let's try this. Let's see if we can, we're going to watch a little bit of the Go Sports stream. I'm thinking about how I'm doing this, though. So this is over on the Major League Paintball YouTube channel. And this is the semi-pro field. Semi-pro and WNXL are playing over here. And let's just watch a little bit of this, too. We'll kind of talk over this. So we have Smoke and the TJ Bastards, the Tijuana Bastards. Let's get rid of that scoreboard right there. Brad G, semi-pro. Eventually this is going to go through. I really like this like back rear camera that they have. Step away here for just a second. You can really kind of like, I don't know, it's just a really cool like off the break stuff. I really like how you can like see the freaking shooting and stuff. Paintball Fit held their own. Not bad for their first pro tournament. For sure, absolutely. I mean, most of these pro teams, or maybe I shouldn't say pro teams, I should say semi-pro teams that come up typically do not do the greatest. So it's kind of cool to see them at least do pretty well, for sure. It could have been worse, that's for sure. It's just so weird seeing them lose, you know. They never lost in semi-pro, so like seeing them lose matches is just kind of interesting. It's got to be unique to them. It is certainly like a unique thing. I don't know what I'm saying there. It's so weird doing these live streams like in the middle of the day. I'm like, man, it just feels weird. NXL Mid-Atlantic Open in Atlantic City. I can't wait.
Now we can. All right.
Oh, there's some announcing.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. So joining me in the booth today, I have Mr. Ben Challenger.
Hey, everybody.
So,
getting spicy over here.
Yeah. Don't know much about.
They're all the way down on the far side. They're flanking hard.
Smoke TJ Bastards. Ben Challenger. Ben Challenger, I don't know. I think Ben Challenger's playing semi-pro with Ology. Ben Challenger's played pro before. He's a Canadian. And I cannot for the life of me remember the gentleman that's actually announcing on this field. Certainly used to watch it like a webcast podcast back in the day called Behind the Bunker. It was pretty good.
Kerrigan Cowell. I might be pronouncing his last name wrong, but yeah, hitting the buzzer here.
Kerrigan Cowell.
Has some pro experience and has been playing within semi-pro for like semi-pro to pro with over like.
I don't know, guys. The audio is literally all the way up, so I can't even make this. Oh yeah, I can make it louder.
Yeah, TJ Bastards looking pretty strong.
Full blast audio.
Now we got the Oilers.
We got Dutchman going on the left side and Clutch City.
If you're not, I mean, I guess everyone's probably at home. I was gonna say, did anyone go play paintball today? But it's like, You know, at least for me here on the West Coast, in the middle of the afternoon, it was like 12 o'clock. So
so hopefully we can
I
see
presume nobody,
this point right now.
most of you guys
I don't actually know very much
that are in here probably didn't go play paintball today.
They had a pretty good match against.
Is anybody at the tournament?
Clutch City Oilers.
I'd be curious to know that.
A zone guys and some guys from the
Did
Cyclones.
anybody go to the tournament?
You know, Houston-based team.
Paunch bag or punch bag.
Dutchman taking the Dorito
You did drills today from 9 to 12. That's pretty good. That's like just
over
right
here
now.
We see, looks like the Oilers are playing pretty
Oh,
well.
Eric,
Can't really
there you
tell.
are. Hey, Eric, what's up, dude? I know you guys play in like an hour. I don't know if you're still in here. Let's go EP and Street Fighters. Yep, Street Fighters play
4 bodies.
open
Looks like we're playing a little bit of
7-man.
pocket, but now going up to the center.
Yeah, making some good fills out, even though they lost that body. You know, still
Play
staying-
open 7-man. They start pretty soon here.
Clutch City now moving. Lost Dutchman now moving into the
Shitty
snake
weather in the
one, now
Northeast,
moving into the
watching
snake two.
paintball all day.
Looks like
Yeah,
now we
I was
have,
kind of unproductive
Clutch
yesterday. I
City
meant to
or
actually
snake
do some work on
spectator
video
side.
stuff, and I
Hard to
just
see
totally
from this
didn't.
angle, absolutely.
So
But
I
did see it focus
think
ahead.
I'll have to do it tomorrow.
Well, you can be 5 feet taller, and you're still not going to see a cross over there, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So many snakes. All right, we got some Clutch City guys over here starting to make some advancements.
Clutch City Oilers, I think that they went 2-2 yesterday. I was kind of looking at
13
semi-pro
is all he
scores,
needs.
and I
this
think
spot
that they
here,
did
I know
really
you played
well.
this field today, but this spot here right now on a wrap usually
Oh,
gets
we
you
got the-
2 to 3 if he can do it right.
We got the
Yeah,
guy
this
named
layout
Clutch
is just
City
so
in
hard to
the snake shape
commentate on. I
process.
don't know how they're like.
And he doesn't know
The
he's there.
commentating is probably the biggest thing that lacks on this. I think that having good commentary and guys that are funny and
Protecting himself from any
just know what's going on is a big part of watching this. You know, I want to hear people talk. I don't want to hear like dead silence. So having the commentary is really a kind of a big deal, and it's so hard to commentate on this layout that I don't know. I think even if it's really fun
Clutch City is gonna shoot
to
this,
play, and you know somehow all the players liked it,
Nice to see
I'm
Clutch
okay
City
with
doing
making
something
crazy
there.
layouts, but I
Oh,
really
nice.
think that the field
Another-
just needs to be mirrored so that it's easier to talk to. I think that having that traditional, you know, snake and
comes Clutch
Dorito
City
side
now.
makes a lot of sense. It's a lot easier to commentate. It's a lot easier for players. It's a lot easier to watch.
And, you know, then coming back with a counter.
It's easier to watch, I think, too, because there's maybe more of a focal point on the snake side.
Like 75.
Whereas on this layout, you kind of have guys going up both sides of the field,
Like it, don't like it.
which is probably cool. You know, I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily, but
I like judgmental.
it's just so hard to watch. You know, you don't know what camera angles to switch to. You don't have like everyone's trying to make it to the snake, and now it's like everyone's trying to make it to the snake from both sides of the field, so it's super hard to watch. I don't know. Todd, there we go. Old Soul behind the bunker still does podcast for sure. Who knows? I don't watch a lot of that stuff. And Todd, that's where we go. Todd still has that skunk hair going on. He's really good at this. You know, I brought him up because he's really good at the
As a commentator as well,
commentary
it's
stuff. He
very
does a great
difficult to
job.
tell people what sides are on.
Yeah, they're on the snake side. Oh, you mean
Yeah.
all 3 parts of the field?
Exactly.
They're talking about it.
It is difficult. We're doing our best. So TJ
Commentary's
Bastards
so
coming
hard.
in hot after a couple of wins yesterday.
You know, I think that the best way to, I think commentating, I was saying that, the best way is probably to call it like the top and the bottom, so.
Yeah.
Oh, and he gets the kill on the center player.
David?
Well
Hey.
played.
Great move. Yeah, they're in the driver's
Brad G, everyone dumps on the layout, but I give them credit for them for coming up with a unique, creative layout. I'm with you. I mean, I don't necessarily like dislike it. I just wish it was easier for commentary. You know, that's my biggest problem with it. I like the craziness. I like the center 50 has the beams. I don't dislike all the beams on the field. I think they're kind of cool. We're seeing like a lot of weird, creative, like crawling moves and stuff like that. So I think it's cool. It's just hard to commentary. Tyler Dawson. Maddie has been doing a good job with commentary on the pro stream. Yeah, kinda. I don't know. It's just hard for him. I mean, he never doesn't do a bad job. I mean, no one's doing bad. It's just very difficult to try to explain what's happening. They started calling it top snake and the bottom snake because the camera angles. There's always a top side and a bottom side. sorta.
Well, they have more
Just
cameras,
basing
so
around, I like the layout, but it's hard to watch as a spectator.
Clutch City Oilers
It was also
with their
very hard to
body.
watch in real life. Like in person, it was difficult because there's just so many bunkers on the field that it makes it hard to like see what's happening. It's hard to like look across the field and just pick out players just because there's so many bunkers in the way.
You know, they've got, it looks like,
And you know, something else I thought about too is we've talked about often how like there's so many more bunkers on the field than there were previously. If we look back like 15 years, there's a good 20 to 30% more bunkers now than there were. And I think that having more bunkers kind of makes it easier to move because you have less distance to cover. But one thing that also does is there's so many bunkers, I think it makes it confusing for players because they don't know where people are all the time. Right? So say you're in this back center bunker and you're like, I don't know, I can't see the back corner, I can't see like really any of this center stuff because there's just so much stuff blocking it, that being unaware of where your opponents are makes it maybe more difficult to move, and maybe you're more apprehensive to move. So I think possibly having all the many bunkers on the field like we do now might actually slow the game down, right? It might make us like play slower and more like or say more conservative because you just don't know where guys are at. Whereas if we were like, you know, had fewer bunkers and you knew where everybody was all the time, just because there were so fewer options for places to go, you know, I think for myself, if I knew where everyone's at, I'm more likely to move if I can tell you where everyone's at. Where if I'm like, well, I know that there's 4 guys over there and I only know where 2 of them are, so I'm not moving until I'm 100% sure where everybody's at. So I think it might actually like slow the game down having so many bunkers, but I don't know. What's Go Sports actually doing? Oh, I saw a score pop up really fast. Yeah. Jose, I think the cameras have been doing a great job at catching all the action.
Do you play today at all, or you
I just think it's hard to see the action. You know? It's just like hard to see it.
Good. Okay, so you
Smoke and TJ Bastards.
yeah, it's cool. It's a cool opportunity to be in here.
Let's, I want to look at I'm going to switch off of this kind of for a second. We're going to pause it
So we got TJ Bastards out here. They're breaking out strong. Doesn't look
so that it's not running in the background. And I kind of want to look at the semi-pro scores. Scores in the semi-pro X-ball. Distortion's killing it. They got a 6-4 against DMG though. DMG are 1-3. The newbies, they're super good. Tiki's Totem. I assume they're a Floridian team. Midwest Saints. Royal City Sea Dogs, Clutch City Oilers, Preferred Mob, Ology. I think that's been challengers playing for Ology. How's Mutiny doing? They're 1-1. TJ Bastards. These guys all used to be like Southern California or Mexican players, and I don't know. Yep. What do we got here from Go Sports? That is not the actual game that's on. This is like a recap thing.
They play this field real well.
We'll just leave that audio on. What are you guys talking about in here? The pro field is better on like camera angles. Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've got like a bunch of money invested in it. So, is that all the pro matches today? No, they're going to play a bunch more. I mean, it's only halfway through the day. So, over on GoSports.com, there will be more matches. I'm not going to have the entire match on. You can see that little bar at the bottom of the screen right there. That will have the score on it once they start back up again. And let's see. Let's see who we're watching. We already did this, and I already forgot. So, Division, Pro, Blast Camp. That's right. Blast Camp, AC Diesel, Notorious, and the Los Angeles Ironmen. You know, yeah. Yesterday I didn't really watch that much. And kind of watched some today, but really didn't watch all day yesterday either. Ironmen's. That's not really what I wanted to do, though. That's really what I wanted. I was going to see if they lost to the Hurricanes and Infamous. Yeah, and AC Diesel, you know, I've kind of like, okay, AC Diesel didn't play well last year, and, you know, let's hope that they, you know, maybe do a little better this year, because they've just not had good showings. They've spent so much money on, like, players and stuff, but they're just losing matches that they probably should not be losing. Yep. Damage got smacked. Did they? I don't even know. Definitely lost the Hurricanes. Hurricanes are looking good then, huh? Who did the Hurricanes play today? They probably play later. Yeah, they play later. Damage, yeah, Damage lost to Notorious and the Hurricanes. That's certainly not good. I mean, those are for sure two matches that they really wish they could have won, huh? Game stats? What's this? I've literally never seen this before. This must be brand new. Wow. I've never seen this. Huh. Look at Hayden. He's really good. He's got a 100% win percentage. I've really never seen the stats before. Huh. Interesting. So Notorious, so Zach Carter, he played every point, as well as Chris Horn. So these, that's for damage, though. So they look like they kind of mix the stats up, though. Because you got, like, damage players, you know, all of a sudden mixed in with other Notorious players. Rainey's. Huh. Wow, yeah, I've really never seen the stats before. Didn't realize Rainey's name was Timothy. I didn't really either. I mean, maybe I've probably heard that before. I don't know. Huh. Wow, stats. I really didn't. I've never seen that. That's crazy. Cool. I mean, they're kind of stats, sort of. I mean, they can tell you which team, which players maybe did the best or not. But, huh. Interesting. Statistics. Thoughts on how Shock played? You know, I don't really know. I didn't really watch that closely. I know that at one point when I was... I know at one point when I was watching, I just, I don't know, turned around at some point, and A-Rod looked really pissed off. Alex Rodriguez. Hopefully he actually sticks with the team. I'm looking for something really quick. Huh. Yeah, I mean, Aftershock, would they... No, we don't gotta look. Aftershock, would they go 1-3? And I'm not even sure who they've played. Who did Aftershock have to actually play? I guess if we type Shock in there, we can probably find it. Aftershock. Yeah, losing to Aftermath, losing to New York Extremes looked really good, though. Thomas has had some really good points for them. New York Extreme just looks like they're playing really well. The Brooklyn Bears, they got destroyed by the Bears. They got beat by Impact earlier. Impacts also look really strong. I mean, they're 4-0, so that's probably good. Aftermath, not Aftermath, Aftershock. Let's look at their stats. Maybe. Let's look at stats against the Brooklyn Bears. So who played the most amount of points for Aftershock? Alex Rodriguez. Looks like A-Rod played every point, yeah. A-Rod played every point, and then Joseph Altimore, played 8 points for the Bears. Yeah, A-Rod just looked really pissed off. They cut to the pits, and he was just kind of standing by himself, just staring off into the distance. And I was like, yeah. I mean, it would kind of suck, you know. He's been on... last year, he played for AC Diesel for a very short period of time. You know, one of those super teams that was supposed to, like, win every single tournament, and they just did terrible. So I kind of get that, like... I kind of get maybe why he's upset and why he's frustrated, because he's a very good player. I mean, he's probably... when he's playing well, he's probably one of the better players in the league. So he kind of maybe has a little bit higher standards than the typical person or whatever. I think Shock looked pretty good for being a new team. Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, they weren't like terrible. Don't get me wrong. It didn't look like, I don't think they were that bad. But they definitely have a roster that's expected to win tournaments. So, I mean, they at least expect to make it on to Sunday. And, yeah, going 1-3 is not going to do it. They have a negative 1.25. Certainly better than the ML Kings did. Where are the ML Kings? 0-6. 0-6. That's brutal. 3-4? Losing to Revo, and then they beat Uprising. I remember that. I just watched that one. Freaking Uprising. I don't know. Uprising's crazy. I realize they don't have, like, sponsors either. They all have, like, different masks on, and they're using all kinds of crazy equipment. Impact has been walking through people. Yeah, they really kind of have, huh? Look at that, though. 3.2. That's really good. Hopefully Damage can, you know, bring it back around. We've got the Ironmen not doing so hot. Yep. What are we talking about? Oh, gosh. All kinds of craziness going on. Impact's been walking through people. Yeah, we said that. The team I play with are crushing it in D4 and hanging in there in D3. D3 is super competitive. So they're playing Division 3 and D3? I mean, really, I think all the teams that are... really, I feel like all the divisional teams, or all the divisions, other than... I mean, obviously, Pro's competitive, but... Yeah, I mean, if we look at D3, it's like there are so many teams, you know? So it's like you kind of can't lose. If you want to make it on to that next round, into like the Ocho quarterfinals or whatever they're calling it, you kind of can't lose. So they're taking the top 2 per bracket plus 2 wild cards. Supreme, is that the like guys from here that are reshaping themselves? You betcha it is. So this is a bunch of people I know, that's for sure. Devin, Danny, Mandeep, Randeep, and Kevin. That's cool. I wonder where Kevin's living at nowadays. I haven't seen him forever.
Perfect time.
Not so great, guys. Not so great. That's crazy people are ranked D4 now, though. I mean, Danny used to be pro. Now he's ranked D3. That's funny. Jordan's coaching. Golly. I have all kinds of mouse problems. Yep, diesel and damage. 2 lines, Brad says. Anyone playing at Capital Edge tomorrow? I'm assuming most are in Vegas. Yeah, I'm not going out there. Either people are in Vegas or they're just not going because no one's going to be there. But that can kind of be cool, you know, like on weekends if there's paintball tournaments, it's kind of cool to go out there because there's just literally nobody there. So it's one of the weekends that I feel like I can actually go play airball and not stand around for 45 minutes and just wait for everybody. So I don't know if there's certain games. I mean, the whole purpose of this was just to start, for me to start this at the same time, or try to start this when they were going to start playing games over on the pro field, but
Like they lose anybody on the break. It looks like
live.
on the spectator side, Dorito, we can see that he's in the wedge and he's shooting at this guy. He's kind of just making his life hell.
Yep. Basically being a nuisance.
Yeah.
A wet
Oh,
blanket.
This guy in the
Lost
coming down,
Dutchman
engaging with this player.
playing
Oh, and he
Clutch City Oilers. I don't know who Clutch City is. See, wasn't Clutch City like Rack Clutch City or something like that from Florida? And I don't know, these Clutch City Oilers. I don't know why Oilers, though. It makes me think of the Tennessee Oilers.
The Doritos, as long as he stays on his gun. Snakeware for the Dutchman is starting to progress up, but actually
There has been a lot of crawling, lots of crawling around because of the snake beams, which I like. You know, I like the snake beams because we can like crawl and
Lost
sneak around a
Dutchman
lot
having
more.
Very creepy, crawly, slow crawl up the snake.
I like it.
It's going to pop up because of his sneakiness. Unfortunately, he doesn't see anything, so he's going to have to move on. If he can get himself up to the kill spot without getting shot,
Man,
looks like
guys,
he's
I don't
getting
know.
close, he may have an
I get-
opportunity to have some feasting as well.
I'm supposed to be somewhere at 12:30, and I was hoping we could watch this
Lost
pro
Dutchman
match.
player at the front.
They still haven't started
Number
yet.
17 here for Lost
They're like,
Dutchman.
well, only right now. They're only like 30
He can
minutes
get
behind.
himself on that tape. Now the tape side's open wide up for him. If he can start wrapping on the
Stomach
outside,
is growling.
there are lots of goodies on the plate. Oh, they just lost 2 off that
this
side.
player
Oh, no.
just catches this guy going out wide. He's now on the wire.
Oh, and he's got help across field, but Lost Dutchman loses their help on the spectator side.
You know what I want to look at? Let's look at. Let's find out. Let's find out what time the Street Fighters play. The Sacramento Street Fighters are playing open 7-man. I think they play at like 1:15 or something like that. They have 7 matches, 1:14. That's a crazy start time. Against Image Aftershock. That's funny. Let's go back to live. Oh, it's over. Talk to me in the chat room. Give me some questions. What are you guys doing today? I don't know. Something. They were talking on the pro broadcast about it being so dusty you could basically tell when guys were moving down the snake. Oh, for sure. You know, I was wondering that too. I was thinking about the grass, and I would, you know, I would assume that the grass is dead, and it's obviously it's Vegas, right? So it's like the middle of the desert. You know, it's coming off a winter, so they might have got a little bit of rain, but I don't know how they maintain this grass, or if there's some like weird laws against them about how much they can actually water and stuff like that because of, you know, they're in the desert and kind of need to conserve water. So I was wondering about that. And previously in the past at this tournament, the ground has been the ground has looked better. They're definitely in a different location though. While they're still at the same park, they've like reconfigured where the fields are actually at. But I was wondering that, and I don't know. I kind of like the dust. I kind of like it. I think it adds a little bit more. I don't know, a little bit more gamesmanship, or a little bit, I don't know, something. I just don't know the word for it. But it used to be all grass, or it used to be like good grass, and I mean they're literally just in the middle of the desert, so. Yep. How do you think will win the tournament in Vegas? Let's go with who do I think will win? I have no idea. You know, I don't know. I haven't really watched that Pro Division too intently, but right now it looks like Impact. I mean, it's kind of weird because we haven't seen the second half of the games, but it certainly looks like Impact have been playing probably the best.
You know what? Just for devil's advocate, and I like to root for the underdog. I'm gonna say, Dutchman, because Dutchmen have fought back from.
Go Dutchman. Hoping Impact, but probably Dynasty. Yeah, I know. I mean, I think I would have picked Damage over Dynasty to win the tournament, but it looks like Damage, you know, Damage is 0-2, so they're going to have to win these next two matches. These two matches they have today, and probably have like a pretty good point spread, because if they just go 2-2 and have like a, you know, a 1 or a, you know, negative point margin, they might not make it on, so they definitely have to do well. More dynamic games, maybe? I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah, what's really tough here is that, like, the Dutchmen don't have any kills. They didn't shoot anybody on the break, from what it looks like. And Clutch City is just going to dig in, dude. Like, they did a really good job with that in our match that we played them yesterday.
And you know, I've definitely, like the last live stream, I was like, oh, this pink paint's not going to do anything. You still can't see it on camera, but on the Ghost Sports live stream, you kind of can see the paint, but I don't know how much better it is over the Dark Shell, because I don't know, it's hard to kind of contrast the two, but I think it might be a little bit more visible than that Dark Shell, even though the camera quality is, you know, it's hard to pick up the paint because it moves so fast. But I kind of think you can. Who thinks you can see the pink paint better than not pink? Oh, it was on the dust thing. So are we seeing more dynamic moves because of the dust, or less dynamic moves?
Takes him out in the snake, does he?
I don't know.
Nope, but he's gonna go get him.
Probably less, I would say, because I know, like, when I slide into a bunker and it's all dusty, you know, you notice, I'm aware that, oh god, now they all know I'm here. So it's a little bit hard to, like, be as crazy, because now you just let everybody kind of know where you are. Not pink better. Nothing's better than Blaze Yellow from 2011. I guess. Pink paint does seem to help, but maybe not much. Yeah, you can see it, but it's like just like flashes of the ball. It's kind of, you're not like watching it, you know. You can't, like, unless they get the correct camera angles. It's definitely hard to watch, you know, the paint actually get out of the guns. Camp vs. Diesel. Are they actually playing now?
Okay, so Smoke,
they're actually playing now, but that doesn't mean all that much. Because we're not going to watch, I'm not going to, like, stream the actual game. We're just going to sit like this. We're going to do this.
You want to match and get out wide on the Doritos tape for the other side to stop him from coming down. So
we'll turn audio on, but
can't
just pirate the games.
Losing a body, but there is a body for the snake in the snake for
So AC Diesel, 14 points in, or 14 minutes in, it looks like we have a Blast Camp guy far up on the See, what do I say here? He's far up on the bottom snake on their side of the field, and then Impact, or no, AC Diesel are on the top snake.
Into this wedge and straight
It's so hard to like talk about.
Just go get him off the field. That's how you're going to win this on this side.
But there's lots of aggression on both the snakes. That upper snake, it looks like Diesel has 2 guys in the up snake, top snake. And then the bottom snake, they have 1 guy? Not Diesel.
Stand up in that thing.
Yeah, he's just got so much freedom over there.
Blast
There's no
cam.
why.
And Alex Goldman.
Commentary so hard. I do like the telestration though. They're doing a little bit less telestration, maybe a little bit more in sometimes. I like it. They're doing a good job.
In front of Alex Goldman. But because no one's out wide, and even so, even if you get a body out wide, that's great. But they're in set. Yeah, so Cody Mikowski, a pick up here. ACDs will give him some help in the backfield. And yeah, we're looking for eventually a big performance out of Diesel. When's it going to happen? We don't know. You know, 5 events last year.
Plus the stream is what, 30 FPS? I don't know. I've always said it's 30, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I mean, I could probably figure it out, but I can't right now. I don't think it's 30. I think it is 60. I mean, most sports are all 60. You know, if you're watching basketball or the NFL or whatever, it's always 60. Which is going to help, you know, with, you know, seeing paint in the air.
Yeah, so it's just Alex Goldman there. Just Goldman has the last player left alive, and as soon as Goldman dies, he puts his head back and he looks across the field. He's like, "How did all my guys die?" Well,
I've been calling the hard corner snake the snake side, and the side with 2 Doritos, the Dorito side. I know, that's what I think, that if we were actually playing the layout.
But the objective,
I think that said stream offline. I think if we were actually playing the layout, like, you know, if I was, you know, on a team, I think we would probably do that. We'd probably divide the field up into like Dorito side, like Doritos, snake. But when you're commentating, you have to be able to like talk about both teams and where both teams kind of are. And you really don't do that as much when you're playing. You're kind of just telling like where opponents are. Yeah.
So right now, point number 1 here, Austin Notorious, who upset damage yesterday, get the drop on Ironmen.
I don't know. It's all confusing. You know, it's confusing for everybody. Obviously, there's probably a best way to communicate on the field. I don't know what that is. I haven't really talked about it that much.
And that's a problem. So he, you know, and for those of you guys who play the front, this is actually an interesting way to play this.
And there's lots of gun problems. I noticed lots of like, I don't know if gun problems, but lots of loader problems. Like lots of guys taking hoppers off and putting them back on. I mean, I think right now, not I think, but we're watching Notorious, and Archie Barnes is in the, I don't know.
So loader's not working right now.
Not ideal.
The Dorito snakes? The Dorito snake? The Doritos?
On that top side as
whatever, he's in the Doritos, but he's technically like in a snake bunker. No, he was in the snake. He's in the snake, and he's just dismantling his hopper, and he's using a Spire. I think it's a Spire 4, but he's just dismantling it. And there's been lots of Spires. I feel like lots of hoppers having problems.
And I mean, I'm not talking.
Nope, Archie Barnes was in the snake.
I'm just saying, when I tell my guys and I'm coaching people,
it's very weird. You know, like they, I don't know, like. Schwartz right there said virtue loaders mostly. It's very odd. Like, you don't normally see that.
As the odds become stacked,
like, he's got his whole entire hopper open right now. Like,
they do something unpredictable.
I don't know. Unless they're just breaking a ton of paint in their hoppers.
Like, if you stay in the
it's just weird.
The odds are they're going to pick you out, right? 3-on-1.
Like, guys with hoppers are taking their hoppers off guns completely, and
he's gonna get picked
I don't know.
He's gotta get lucky.
Just noticed it.
If he dives into here,
AC Diesel and Blast Camp are up 1-0 already.
He can start playing a little one-on-one and maybe make a move to surprise some guys. And that's when everybody's guards drop, is when everybody thinks that they have that game. Look at Kirill yesterday, won a 3-on-1 against this, because we're like, oh, there's one guy left.
Whoop.
We'll all just kind of make moves. He just got shot going to the
4-on-4 situation, still doubling up that back center right now. AC Diesel, a little more forward progression up the
yeah, and lots of guys trying to be in the back center as well. You notice that like doubling up that back center has been a very common thing, but it's so hard to live in that can in the back center.
Both of them are locking off.
That you got to
wide
kind of get out of that can
moves
really,
out
really
to the
quick.
snake side. So you see right now, I don't know who that is on the screen.
Whoop.
Ooh, Jackson
Multiple
Frey, though, making
switchings.
it
And we've
past
noticed that
Miles.
Mouse, you know, Alex Goldman's not really
Slowly
been playing in the
lumbering
snake that
into,
much.
The snake 2.
He's
here
kind
on
of been in the
screen.
snake
So
corner
right now
or
what we're
like,
talking is this is the
not
bottom
snake,
side.
I don't know,
Oh,
dude. Fucking,
Yeah, Kyle
he missed that shot on Kyle.
He's going to the corner.
Ninja'd his way
You know,
past that one. Baginski has
whatever,
taken
I
the
don't
attack
know.
for Justice Stevens, took
Maybe
a
it's not
block,
the snake
so
corner
a pretty
sometimes, but
decent
sometimes it
look
is.
for Diesel with Baginski in a good
Depends on
spot.
where he's at, I
Back
guess.
inside, and they're going to get out wide.
Who is in the South Electric bunker for
The
Blast?
South Electric bunker is such a crazy, like the South Electronics bunker. Or the Southwest Electronics. It's really cool how they have that Hertz bunker, though. Having the Hertz one makes a lot of sense.
On that upper side. He can't see the number 2 bunker or the number 4 bunker. So what's going to end up happening is someone can slip into the snake for Diesel. Not to mention that
You
whoever
mean topside snake.
topside snake, yeah.
Here's hoping Diesel
So
goes
whoever
0-3.
here is in the, who is
Yeah,
in
I really wanted like Paintball Fit to do well, but when I was watching Paintball Fit, I really wanted him to lose. When they were playing Heat, I think I watched the Heat PB Fit game, and it was like, welcome to the Pro Division. You know, like teams are actually good here. You're not just gonna like roll through everybody like you guys do in the semi-pro division. Must be the HK paint they were buying for $20. It's possible.
Doesn't look like they want to get into the snake quite yet. Actually, as I say that,
Yeah, HK was selling that $20
dive
stuff.
into snake
Oh,
one.
but he got
But
shot.
gets caught out.
Oh, and then
Bukowski.
Jackson looks down the tape and gets clipped too.
So is that Baginski who?
Yeah, I think I was kind of watching that Paintball Fit.
Patience. Kyle's gonna close this out
Paintball
here in the middle.
Fit. I think it was Paintball Fit and Uprising. When Paintball Fit wasn't PB Fit, they were up like 3 points or something like that, and Uprising scored a bunch really, really quickly.
Yeah, it looks like D2 is where that
To,
Three bodies are left alive right
I don't
now in
know.
the last camp.
It's a 3-on-3 right now, guys.
Yeah, 3-on-3, but better.
Yep, I'm with you, Tyler. It is really good to see outside sponsors, and I like the sponsors that are like kind of fit paintball too. You know, I just like Southwest Electronics is just kind of odd, but that Hertz one, it does make perfect sense. You know, like we're all driving rental cars and so many people are flying to this tournament that it makes kind of sense for, you know, one of those companies like Hertz to advertise.
Kyle, 2-on-2 situation, and here comes the attack up into D3, top side for Blast
Here
Camp.
comes Alex Goldman all the way to. Oh, I thought he was going to go all the way. Mouse is going to get that shot. Oh, missed the shot.
They're going to trade out, and that's going to turn into a 1-on-1 with Baginski.
You know, Alex Goldman's the fastest player in the league. It's crazy how Alex Goldman's like
He needs to stop it.
within like 30 feet going like full speed. You know, it takes me like half the field to get to
If you're
full
getting
speed.
shot at, just absorb the pressure. Don't come out into the paint. Comes out into the
Yeah,
paint.
they'd lost in overtime.
Obviously, you've done a million
I-
of those.
I'm not very good at one-on-one.
I wasn't paying attention at that point.
Oh, and he gets the drop. But hey, you know what though? That's a good move. See what this is.
Bring back balls. You know, I was at the grocery store the other day and I saw like a 10 ounce or like a 12 ounce thing of balls, and it was like $10. Or not $10. It was like $4. I was like,
Yeah, Eckert. So what
what?
he did was
I was like, who is buying this thing for $4? I'm like, that's expensive.
He let Baginski get established, right?
I mean, imagine buying like just a 12 ounce can of soda for $10 or $4. I keep saying $10.
Yeah. So and that's the thing. You want to assert. You want to control the dominance. That's the big factor there in a one-on-one.
Balls.
You want to keep shooting your gun. So here's that. He waited for that the whole time.
Oh, patience
and
pays
Jackson
off.
and Jackson on that one when
Man.
he checked that off, he just leaned into it a little too far.
And there was so
I've also noticed a lot of LV2s. A lot of the Planet Eclipse teams have, a lot of the guys are shooting LV2s.
Goldman to go trade out.
And that was a great
Those
shot
guns
from
shoot
Mouse,
so
like,
well.
to
They
make sure he
look
caught
good
that.
too. LV2 is probably one of the best looking guns out.
Inside, so, yeah, great job by Eckert right there.
They look so good.
Going to be jumping into point
Keith
number
is
2 for
fast.
Ironmen, looking over Notorious shoulder.
I was thinking about that too earlier because I was like, man, Mouse is so fast, and I was like, so is Keith, but I think that Mouse is like faster.
So it looks like
Maybe if they were to like race
probably
the whole
Archie
field,
Barnes on
it
the-
might
on
be
the
different. But I feel like
Notorious side,
Mouse
and
is
this
like
is-
those like first few steps are just so
can't remember,
fast.
back to number 20, 29.
They're just like, boom, and he's like just instantly there.
That is.
We can get some rosters up
Yeah,
here.
no, I know. I'm trying to learn all
Ben
the
Crane
bodies.
says Ronnie Dizon still has amazing speed. He was a blur on one particular break last year in
names and the
Chicago.
numbers on the back of jerseys, so they're more legible.
Yeah, maybe Alex Goldman. Alex Goldman's a lot bigger too. He's like a lot bigger, just like bulkier than everybody else. So maybe it just looks crazier when he's running fast too, because he's like bigger.
Up into this crucial spot. Now, Ryan, it's been interesting because in day one, yesterday,
I know that Karl Markowski in Mouse raced. I can't remember what happened with that.
Outrun to get to the position that Bateman was at was working 80% of the time. I was wondering if it was going to continue to work today. It's still
no, I don't know if Mouse is long and lanky. I mean, you're talking to me.
I mean, it's shootable. It's certainly shootable. It's just, you know, it's one of those things.
I mean, I'm way longer and lankier than he is. What about like,
trying to contain that guy, and sometimes if he does it right,
man, who's super tall? I don't know.
It's a crucial move that
Paul Stollard, Paul that plays for the DMG semi-pro team. He's taller than I am.
Well, he should be crawling down to his side right now. And then
yeah, Carl's super fast too. I just feel like Mouse's like first few steps are just crazy.
They need to recognize
Rainey's lanky.
Over here because we have two bodies. We need to get
I'm still a little taller than Rainey. I think Rainey's probably like 6'1"ish or 2-ish or 6 foot. Maybe I don't think he's probably not 6'2".
There's two of these guys, and I mean Damien's just posted on the back left. He needs to be in that 50 over there.
Yao Ming is lanky. Yeah.
And there it is. So
how about Victor Wembanyama? That's a lanky motherfucker right there.
Nimble, quick.
He's the lankiest person ever to live.
Kind of pulling up from the stake a little bit.
Lanky's a weird word. You say lanky a lot. It's weird. What are we watching here? We got Notorious and the Los Angeles Ironmen. It looks like Notorious is going to be able to take an 0-2 lead. They're on the snake, the bottom snake on the Ironman side. That was weird.
Tom guessed big of a bite. Red.
Ooh, red. Ooh, red penalty. Red. It looks like a
red on Notorious.
Yeah, red. A major penalty assessed on Notorious.
Wait a minute, but why'd they pull Damien?
It's going to pull out Zach Carter.
So it looks like
Zach Carter. We saw him name earlier.
Wow, that was chaotic.
I don't know what just happened. I thought that the Notorious was going to go up 0-2, and then it looks like Notorious got a major.
Tom and Damien arguing on what should have happened. Tom's right on the fact that they should have pushed wide up there. I think what happened is Tom might have shot somebody out of the middle. There was a guy
the acceleration.
Middle guy might have
man is a
got
stick
shot.
Bug.
And then
dude, Victor Wembanyama is like, dude, it's crazy how big that
him.
guy is. It's like mind-blowing. I don't even.
But
I don't get it. Like he's super athletic and really like for his size, like being 7'4" or whatever he is. He's extremely nimble and like.
Or may not score the point.
He can walk, not walk. He looks good running, and he's
back to it.
Crossover and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Right now, Blastcamp up by 2 over
Blastcamp and AC Diesel. Blastcamp are up 0-2 on AC Diesel. I mean, AC Diesel, you know, they might go 0-3 again.
And the next factor.
Not again. I don't know, but I thought like Alice Goldman has this really cool fade anodized shocker era, and I could have swore he was using a mini GS earlier. I'm like, that looks like a mini GS. I was like, is he using a mini GS? It was funny. That shocker, like the body is so smooth, it just kind of looks like a mini a little bit.
Or is that BJ? It looks like Mouse.
Yeah, I think that was Mouse.
Whoop.
And that's that shot, Matty, that I was talking about. Like, it's hard to make it wide. And look at this, though. This is the first time that I've seen Diesel make a push to get wide on that Dorito side, and then still attacking with extra body. So Mouse was actually playing the back center.
Body coming off right now from Blastcamp from D2. They're going to filter a body out from the Hertz back center out into the Aztec here towards the bottom side. As AC Diesel has a body in Snake 1, they're going to get some help. The back can pot as well.
And I'll tell you what, this is great, right? On the back left on the bottom side, number 2 on your screen is Alex Goldman, knowing exactly how to play the snake,
AC Diesel
pushing his player. Is that Gonzalez?
I believe so.
Yeah.
They say Damian Vasquez.
Hey, I got you.
is
Let's
pretty
go.
fast.
Mouse knows this.
I don't actually know.
This is the great thing about being a number 1 player, right? And playing behind another player. And Mouse is brilliant on how he plays.
And he can
knows the
still
game.
move like a point
He's also
guard.
extremely
I read that
extremely
I read
fast
PG, and I was like, he can still
an
move like
absolute
Paul
terror
George.
when
And
he
I
makes
was
it to the
like,
front spot.
Yeah.
But what he needs is he needs a little bit more support. But the best person to give the support is the guy that knows what you need in that position.
The best back players are
Gym Rat, Matt the Gym Rat just did a video using him in
Honestly,
AGS in a
because
tournament. Yeah,
they
I'm
know
kind
the
of
help
jealous
that
because he
needs
got paid
to be
by
set up.
Empire to make
Right, so
that
Alex
or
is
whatever.
like, Mouse is back there going like, hey, let's
I want to do more sponsored videos.
just crawl.
Well, it looks like the player at Snake 2 was having some problems with, I think it's Renee, and it looked like his gun was down for a second, but I think he got it working.
I think it's up and working.
Just so many gun problems. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's good to go.
I also
Ripping
saw
around
that
crossfield
ANS
and
Gear released
positioning
a
and
efficiency
behind
test
him.
video for the Force
D2.
2,
D2 Aztec.
the Field 1 Force version 2 gun today, and they got 900 shots on a 68 4,000 fill.
Like, you know, and this is great
So
for,
essentially, it's
they
like
made it wide over here on
like
this
a hopper
Torpedo
and
side,
5
getting
pods
to-
or something like that. 6
Papa
pods.
is in
It's like,
excellent
man,
position. Again, that is the objective in
4
this game,
pods,
to get
5
all
pods.
the
I
way
don't know.
up
What is that?
and into that wedge. Allows you to
So that's
wrap
not
around.
very good. I mean,
Yeah, they're in D2, but
I
that's not
think
how
the
you
shockers
hide.
you can
And
probably
this is a
shoot
good look
like,
from the
you
top
know, a
side,
hopper and 4
the
or
last
11
campus.
pods
I
or
don't know if
10
he wants to
pods.
get into Snake 1 with his guy.
So
I
that
don't
Force
like
air
that move as
efficiency
much.
is apparently.
What they need to do is they need to get
was not
Jackson
very
number
good.
3 here on your screen.
Well, here comes the move from La Papa.
I just haven't
La
seen a
launches to
Force,
trade out with
uh,
If he did, he did. Okay,
a
he gets a shot on Kyle
Force
Sicca. Transition out wide.
air efficiency
for
test in
Diesel,
forever.
gets to D1. Rodriguez and Goldman still alive, so 3 bodies alive right now for Diesel. 3-on-3 situation, but Betterfield.
I just
So a
can't
big
stand
move from
listening to
Cody Bukowski
Rory
down there
that
on
long.
the
He's
bottom
not
side,
bad.
But getting
He's all
debunked,
right.
and Blastcamp now owning a 3-on-2 scenario here and the entire Snake tape.
Last camp in full
Last camp's
control
killing it. Oh.
because they have that one side completely blown open. Here comes Soap. Soap dices up Renee, and then that leaves just Goldman again as the last player left alive.
I mean,
So,
who knows? I mean,
yeah,
Blast Camp
Diesel
very well
just
could be,
grinding
you know,
gears
turn
on
out to be a
offense
better
right now,
team
man.
than
They keep
PB
losing
Fit. I mean, they
bodies
might
in
look
opportune
better.
moments. They're getting beat to the
Well,
punch.
I don't know. I don't want to say they look better than
So,
Paintball
so
Fit right
Gonzalez
now.
gets here, to Snake 2, doesn't get
but they're
to,
certainly
to the
Doesn't
wedge,
go up there.
whereas La
Man.
Papa was able to push through, get to the wedge, force the big run through, and sure, these trades
They're,
are gonna happen, man. It gets bloody, it gets nasty out here on these trades.
that's what
It
I'm
gets
saying.
chaotic, but
I don't think
who's
that
gonna be
Paintball
thriving in
Fit
that
maybe
chaos?
like
It's a
played
good look for Blast Camp in their
better.
very first, like if you look at the roster for Blast Camp, and I read you the
Than
names,
Blast
have
Camp,
them
but
here,
Blast
and I
Camp,
read
you know,
the
might
names
go
for
2 and
Diesel, who's
2.
been watching
They might
Paintball
not,
for the past 10 years. You're like, how in the world?
or at least 1 and 3.
Blast
I'm
can't
sorry,
be
I
up
thought
by
they were
3, but that's how this game is.
Let's check the
playing
play
their
play
other
here.
game already.
So right here, he trades out with that, and that's all he needed
What
to
am I
do. And this
doing
is the
here?
difference right here. Is
Yeah, if they at least
Blast
win
Camp
this game, they'll at least do as good as Paintball
load
Fit did.
him up right there.
Yeah, with Eckhart being
Yeah.
close enough,
Yeah,
right?
and that's a he takes a bouncer on the head though.
And you know, one thing I notice
You can see
about,
it right there on
yeah,
your
this
screen,
has to be at
bounce off
60
the head.
frames.
And that's the thing. As
One thing I
watched
noticed too is that
Diesel
I think
play the
Paintball
first
Fit,
match
you know,
he played
probably
in
have some of the
ranked
best gun
Okay.
fighters,
And
and they have extremely good gun skills.
That's what happens. You know, that's why.
But I think in this pro division, so do all the other pro guys, and I think that they would rely on shooting and like shooting off the break and stuff in the semi-pro division. But once you get to this pro league, I mean, teams aren't as aggressive. I think that they're more conservative, and they're going to be just as good at shooting as you are. So I think that one thing Paintball Fit seemed to lack was some sort of like offensive push. They have, I'm blanking on his name right now, but they definitely had that one kid that was playing in the Snakes, who is doing very, very
So here
well.
right now it's a beautiful day out. This morning it was 40 degrees.
But I think they might
So,
just
you know,
need a
it's
little
gonna
bit
be
more of
bit
that.
harder
They
to
need
get
something
paint
up
out
the
or crack
center,
paint out
maybe a little
because
bit
it was
more.
40.
But you want to try to ride that line. You wanna try
Of
that
course,
line.
that's what I was getting at. So as we're jumping into this next one here, all locked up.
Notorious and Ironmen.
42 on the
Ironmen
clock.
lose one body off the break again. So Notorious has been doing a great job of shooting off the break, Matty. They've been,
Did anyone
getting
else
the body
see
off,
a
I
lady
think,
with the
every
sign
play.
that said
Oh,
"Pay your
ABJ
way,
gets
the
shot
Blast
from the
Camp
back
way"?
center over the top,
I did
crawling
not.
around.
That's a Paintball Fit lady,
So
mom
that's
or
another
someone.
shot, you know, and when these bunkers are
They've
slightly
always had,
inflated,
like,
you can kinda
crazy
see,
signs.
You can say small kinks in the bunkers. That means they're not overly
That's
inflated.
crazy.
Again, like you mentioned.
Ben
the
Crane,
temperature's
anyone see
pretty
Harris
low.
Hussein try to hurdle the snake earlier today? I
Yeah, it's
did.
like a high of 65
Poor guy's
today.
been
That's-
putting
yeah,
effort into his
I mean,
fitness,
it's
but
perfect paintball
clearly
weather,
needs to
but
work
yeah,
on his
I mean, bunker deflated
plyometrics.
10%.
Busted his ass pretty hard. It wasn't too bad, but yeah, for sure. He like tried to, he like jumped over the snake,
That's you.
I keep hitting like
the back center can shoot.
pause.
Ooh, right
He
down
like
top.
jumped over the snake
So
to, I don't know, he was bunkering
just a
somebody
little
and like
bit of
jumped
air,
over
but
the
a little bit of
snake.
air.
But the Ironmen have
One of his
four bodies alive,
problems
but they're
too
letting
was that he
Notorious
wasn't like
play offense right now.
running
This
at the
field is
person
about
really. He
offense on
jumped
the
and he had to
sideline.
like
and even the middle
look
can be
backwards, but he
really
kind of like
treacherous up the middle.
tried to do a little
Contingent
step
upon
or something
situation.
on
Yeah,
the
right
the
now,
snake
I mean,
beam
both-
and
look at this.
just kind of
Eye in the sky, our
bam.
illustration here. You got
He got up and
Notorious,
ran away and he
you're
was
at the wedge.
okay.
Ironmen are
But
in there too. But
I think that that's on.
Notorious has a body in both snakes. That's ideal. That's
I
what you
have
want.
like
That's the
when I've been
objective.
watching,
Whatever
I've been trying
strategy
to
you have,
keep
that should
track
be
of
what your
like
strategy is.
highlights
Have a body in
and
both snakes.
worst
Now, number
plays
2
and
here from
stuff like
Notorious on the
that.
bottom side
So
of your screen. He's shooting at the
I
number
think
1 player,
that-
which is Damian Vasquez in this little temple. He needs to wrap across the
I
field. He
think
needs to start
that
putting pressure across
no,
the
he
field.
is
Now
not
is.
on there.
And
But I
now he needs to make a
remember
move onto their side of the field right now. This is it.
we'll probably get it in there.
Let's see if he can get it done here. Body coming off.
Damian, bad death right there.
It's the same lady that got Virgil. I don't even know who Virgil is, but Virgil got mad at
It
World
doesn't
Cup.
work
Schwartz with a super chat. You're the first one.
to play. You have
I
to
think
play
so.
offense
Yeah,
on this
yeah,
field.
yeah.
Not all fields are like that. And the way the paintball is played, you have to have both in the bag, offense and defense.
And look at this move here. Gonna come around, get it.
You're amazing for streaming.
Gets it clean.
Can't
He's
stop
gonna get-
Thursday
Nasty
though.
shot on Bateman.
Yeah.
On Ty Bateman.
Oh, I'm
He
not
just
stopping on
got 2. That's a
Thursdays.
2
I
back
think that's
right
what you
there.
meant.
For
It's O'Mara.
O'Mara. Yeah, and
That's not the
whoever
goal
that was for
anyway.
Notorious-
Well, I might change the time. I don't know. I'm not sure.
You just exposed yourself.
Just by an hour or
Punch
something like
working
that.
out for Stephen O'Mara, new pickup, who's been an all-star for Revo. For
I might go to
almost a
like.
decade, and now making the move into
Virgil
the
is the
Bay.
owner of Blast Camp.
Don't run back like
I assume it was
Desperation,
someone
desperation,
Blast
tactical
Campy.
retreat, but not much he could do in
I know his
situation.
face.
That's Tom Guest over there, closing out the point.
Well,
Lead
the
now.
Ironmen,
In a must-win
2-1
situation.
Ironmen. Hopefully they can
Games
beat
by one close match.
Notorious.
And then they played against Infamous. That was a close game too.
Notorious.
But they
I
did
think
drop
if I
some
was
games
Notorious,
yesterday.
I'd like
That
come
means
out
they
to
need
that
win both
song. We'd
today.
have like a hype
Ideally
song.
by 2 or 3
Yeah.
in each game.
Yep.
And,
You
and
see,
that game's
the
damage,
dude
and damage is
completely
also
broke his gun.
So
Tank and
that's
ASA
gonna
broke
be-
off,
that's gonna be
and he
I see
snapped
Damage
the
picking it up,
barrel.
After
I did not see
have
that.
the game plans set properly. I don't think that they have.
Nope.
I mean, they obviously have. Their
Where can I
arsenal.
see that at?
Players are there. I just don't think they have.
I
to
missed
play
it.
This field is the right one to be able to win against a high caliber team.
For sure.
Blast
Here
Camp.
we go, 3-0, Blast Camp.
3-0.
Strong. Oh, and that player just got shot in the pack, I believe, whoever that is. Ooh, it looks like
Listen
he
to
got
some
shot
commentary.
on the temple.
Well, they get a shot on Soap, and that's a key kill when you're playing Blast Camp.
And they had a bad, and Diesel had a bad breakout also.
Might be Baginski. Did he just move up into the?
Yes,
yeah, it's
that's Baginski. I swear he got
I think it's
shot
crazy
in
too.
the
Like they
back,
put
but
like
I
Kyle
was
Spica in back center. It seems
checking him right
crazy.
now,
to
so
me.
I guess he's good. So this will be an interesting kind of point because Blast Camp is now playing down, which is kind of the first time in this match that they've been down the body.
Well, this is a tense moment for Diesel, Ryan.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If we're going to shoot it straight, they lost both their games yesterday. There's 4:30 on the clock. They're down by 3 to the rookie pro team.
There we go.
They need to summon it right now.
Golly, so it was
That's
a
absolutely
divisional field. I had assumed it was a divisional
maybe it
field.
hit the ground next
That's
to him
crazy.
and dove in. But Baginski finally putting some pressure over on this side, which I
How
think
the
is
hell
what
do you
Diesel
do that
really
though?
needed.
Break your barrel and your
what they've
tank
been
off? Jesus
Watch him
Christ.
post down the tape. He's going to get dominance on the tape, and he's going to be.
Yeah, Diesel's not looking so hot, are they?
He would have been.
They are
Flexes are
not
strong.
looking
That
so
ain't one.
good.
Body coming off, I think, for Blast Camp as a referee
Which,
checking him out in the Aztec.
dude, I don't know.
Calm
It's
stuff
kind
not
of
quite
crazy,
yet.
huh?
The referee scouting
How,
out doesn't
like,
look like he finds anything.
All of their players, I mean, they have
Think he's
like,
good to
I mean,
go?
if you
So
were
that's
to rank
the
every
Diesel
player
player
in
in
the
the middle.
league, right?
Oh, and Diesel
And
player
give
in the
every
middle
single
gave
player like
by the
a
snake
number
super player for
score,
Blast
like
Camp.
1
Now it's a
through
4-on-4,
10.
Matty.
Yeah, but
Oh, and Mouse is-
and
You know,
Diesel's
I
right,
think
yeah.
that
So this is
AC
that
Diesel,
split
I mean, they're
angle,
probably
looking
going to
at
be
top side
the
of the field right
one of
now.
the top
VIP
4 or
side.
5 teams,
Dallas
right?
Owen in a really good position. Yeah, he lost
I mean, if you
his
add up
there,
all the
but
player scores or whatever,
Still
they're
in
probably
arguably
going to
the
be
most
like a
dominant
top 4 team.
Yeah, and we got Kyle.
But they just can't beat people. It's like this last year, 2023, this 2024 season's not starting off well. It just kind of sucks for them. I mean,
Oh yeah, throwing a major. I don't know who shot him though.
you know, I don't really care. You know, I don't have anything invested in it, and I always say that I want the new teams to do well. So I kind of like that Blast Camp's beating up on Diesel.
Big mistake for
It looks like they're going to go 4-0.
Diesel now going to have a 2-point spread that they need to fight against with enough time. They don't have to launch into a record.
Oh no, it's 1-3. I'm sorry.
Right
Or 3-1.
That's an interesting.
Diesel won that one. Yeah, it just kind of sucks. You know, I always want to see the lower teams do better. It's just kind of more fun. I just would. I don't know. I just like it more.
Until he came around
Is Virgil the jacked guy? Is he the owner?
No, you know, like that's.
Fucking jacked guy that's always in the pits. Is that Virgil?
Yeah, he said he's hit his
Virgil kicked my ass. I don't want to make Virgil mad. I'd have to hit him in the nuts and run away.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Is Diesel had a bad.
Yeah, but I always like lower teams to do well.
Here's the penalty.
And
the next one will be the penalty.
but it still sucks to see Diesel do bad. You know, like I know that it's very disappointing for them, and it kind of just sucks.
Where's the
So,
hit? It's a pat.
yeah.
We should see an explosion.
I mean, I still don't see anything.
Man, talking about
It's a little,
people slamming hard. I saw somebody, or I didn't see it happen, but I was at the paintball field when somebody broke their jaw.
That's possible. That's possible.
Their tank hit them in the face. They were diving and core sampled, and it was like, and they broke their jaw, and they were just holding their face. It was crazy. And an ambulance came. They had to take them away in an ambulance.
Actually, no, maybe 3 because
Oh, that's not good.
Throw the towel. Huh.
Well, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I missed
They dropped
Harris
5 on
trolling. Man, that guy is a ballerina.
I
don't know.
Notorious wants that
Some brains.
7:49 on the clock.
And if you're
I missed something.
Diesel right now, that's the worst situation that can happen because you just came off the point that you won. It was a long grinder of a point, and both teams actually. Now you got to flip it.
Man, well, I'm guessing if it was a really, really bad core sample, it's probably going to end up on the internet. So it'll probably be on the internet somewhere. Someone will probably post it.
Ryan, here, let's listen in.
Yeah, false starts too. I mean, those fields are so close together. You know, anyone who's played any of these big tournaments before, it's probably something you've had to deal with. And it's, we typically don't see it on the pro field because the pro field, they kind of do it separate. They do it further away. But a lot of the times, the fields are back to back, like they line up. So it's, it's something that all the divisional teams have always had to deal with.
Well, it's important.
And it is very hard. I mean, they're counting it out, which is what you should do. You should have, one of the guys that's shooting watching the clock, counting it down, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And Dave Youngwood, of course, too. But Billy Wing took the reins. Was like, we're rebuilding this.
Yeah. That's super important.
There was someone else in that pit.
It's a legacy
why is he there?
Obviously, Maddie, you played for them.
But it does kind of suck. I mean, they just got to have those fields further apart.
Like you said, tarnish the name, right? You can't let that happen.
It's the longest running pro team.
Yeah, that's it. And then there's us. Can you believe that?
Man in the van with a mandolin. What's up from Point Pleasant, West Virginia? Glad to be here. We're glad to have you.
We've been giving a lot of shine on the Spick and Span show live Tuesdays at 4 p.m. about what
I try not to dive so much. Yeah, I don't dive ever. Diving's overrated.
Excited about it,
Some birds. Diesel is spending a lot on players and not getting much for it. Yeah, they are. At this point, there's quite a few teams that are spending money on stuff. I mean, we have, I don't know, which teams are spending money. We have, X Factor spends money on people. Dynasty sort of spend money on people. Red Legion certainly do. AC Diesel do. Infamous do. The Ironmen do. Damage do. Houston Heat do. Revo are paying people. Impact are paying guys well. So there's actually quite a few teams. I should say Houston Heat, obviously. I think I said Heat. There's actually quite a few teams that are actually paying players now, which is really kind of good to see.
Say something, we're like, hold on, just let it sit for a second, think about it, make sure that it translates.
1-3. Blast Camp. Ooh, that was a false start.
Pulled out though.
That looked like another false start up the center, but they're not going to call that one, I guess.
So Diesel going up the gut a little bit here up the middle to the South Electronics Tower.
Great fill here, number 2 on your screen.
Ironmen, I don't think they're making Sunday. I'd be surprised.
You can hold this entire Dorito side. on the right-hand side where 1 and 3 are. Oh, but maybe a penalty coming up for Diesel. Cody Mikowski pulling.
Billy Wink just chilling in the Ironman pits. He's probably helping coach a little bit too. I saw that
oh, but there we go. Jackson Frey
Mike Paxton was over there with this big arm
sling,
sling, and I was like, oh, that sucks.
They have no bodies on that snake side.
Brad, you plan on going to any NXL events this year? Probably not. You know, if I was, it'd have probably been this one. And if I do go to another one, I presume it'd be World Cup, but not at this point. It's just too expensive. I don't have the money. I mean, really, that's the main reason. Like I'd be at this tournament right now if I could afford to go, but I just can't right now.
He's gonna get around this corner. He's gonna start killing people.
Yeah, so Mouse is in a D2.
You know, I'd really like to go to World Cup, but who knows?
Just a tie.
Yeah,
and not play like you just need
a Dan.
So they really
what is the average of pay? Right below you it says, show me virtual, it says.
And I think what needs to happen
top guys, 50 to 100, varying on how good the team is and how much the team needs them.
Up the middle and put pressure on the inside.
Yeah.
And try to force Blastcamp to make the wrong.
I mean, some of these people don't make anything at all. You know, some of these guys probably spend money at the tournaments. You know, they probably lose money going to the tournaments. Whereas everybody pretty much gets free paint. It's a lot more difficult for some of these newer teams or lower division teams. But the pay really is kind of wildly ranging. It's probably $5,000 to like $100 or something like that. It's kind of all over the place. But I would bet that the median pay is probably like 30,000 or 20, something like that.
Unfortunately, now it's a 2-on-3, 2-on-4, 2-on-3. But that was it. I mean, he's the only
doesn't Konstantin Fedorov get paid a shit ton, or am I thinking of someone else? You know, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what he gets paid. No one really knows the Houston Heat guys. I think that a lot of the AC Diesel guys, like I think Mouse, Alex Goldman might be the best paid pro player. But I'm not entirely sure, which I understand. You know, I'd probably
if you've been where Diesel's at,
I'd probably pay Alex Goldman too. So
it's a superstar roster.
Each tournament, no, yeah, it's for the whole year. Or I mean, some guys have like multiple year deals or contracts and stuff too. I think that most of the guys that
you can't really overstate how difficult it is.
Most of the guys that are signing contracts and getting paid, I think they're most of the time about 2 years.
Shout out to everyone playing paintball over there.
Well, there you go. Blastcamp has beat AC Diesel.
When you're dealing with this level of difficulty,
Fedorov gets to live outside of Russia, so that's life-changing. It's true. That's true. You know, I think that he's really liked the U.S. and coming here, mainly because I think that he gets to live a little freer and looser. I know in Russia they're very like reserved and serious all the time. So certainly in the U.S. we're a little more loose and have more fun. Diesel going to go 0-4. I think they will.
Well, it works out for the Ironmen.
Who do they play next? Go Street Fighters. Let's refresh the Street Fighters thing and see if they put any scores. Oh! You know, I think that this team can beat all of these teams. So I got faith in you guys. I want to look at that roster. Let's go see.
And this is crazy, this Ironman plan here. This is absolutely bonkers, and this is where I feel like they have the wrong idea on how to. They're up by 2 points with 7 minutes left, and they got 2 kills, and they're crossing it up. They're like
Greenspan talking about bonkers. I don't even know if you guys can hear me well. I don't know.
Not when there's only 2 points.
Diesel is going to play.
What were you thinking?
Diesel plays Red Legion.
Like, hey guys, burn the clock. We're up by 2. What do you think?
Yeah, they could beat Red Legion, but they could beat Blastcamp, and they can beat Dynasty. Dynasty's a hard match. X Factor's also a hard match. I mean, they lost to X Factor, Dynasty, and Blastcamp. That Dynasty match was a 4-5 score, though.
So they're going to start now. So not only did they give it the point, but there looks like a major penalty assessed on, I think, Omara.
But it could have been the Notorious guy.
God, all kinds of problems.
No, they ran towards the Ironman side.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitive. Multiple flags went in the air.
The Ironmen are screwing it up.
Yeah. We are on X-Ball right
Russians, I think. Yep. During the
so with
Fit Choke game, the telecast called them cheaters.
On this
The
layout,
Fit Choke
I
game.
completely
I don't know what
agree
you
with
mean.
you. Defense has worked a few times, but that's not how this field plays.
Right.
So if you're going to take, like,
Fit
if you have
choke
a 4-point
game.
lead and the other team wants to
Did
play
they
slow,
choke?
cool. Yeah, that'll work.
At one point,
You can
or maybe it
block off and maybe
auto-corrected
win some
weird.
gunfights but if you really want to do it the right way, you still have to take a little bit of ground.
Absolutely.
Somebody cheated and got caught, and they had it on camera.
I
can't remember who it was, though. It might have been a Paintball Fit guy. Aaron with a $2 super chat.
There have already been 5 points played in the half of the amount of time that the game's been going on.
Thanks for the companion stream. You got it. I was going to call that it. I was going to call it that, but I was like, I don't know. That's what Joe Rogan always calls it. I was going to call it the...
You know, and maybe the game plan was to get to a spot and make the move.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because it was a 5
When they were up big, I don't remember.
A little bit of time.
What match was it? Oh, Uprising. That's right.
I don't. Yeah.
Sorry, that's right. We already talked about that.
I don't understand that call right there. And maybe it was the player's decision at that of the best players in the world making one of the biggest bonehead, not biggest, but a bonehead move. It's like that's just if they were it was one.
Ironman up 4-1 on Notorious with
we're up by
2
1
minutes
like, what
left.
last camp just did to Diesel, right? Okay, we're up by.
It's not a bad idea to follow Rogan's ideas.
Well, no, the score right now is 4-1 Ironman.
Yeah.
So maybe it was on Notorious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Signaling and running towards the Ironman side.
Yeah, some stuff.
Yeah, but that's not always.
Some things, you know.
Okay.
5% of the time.
So we've got. Well, here's the thing.
Or maybe
we've got
there was
1,
a
2,
mistake on the
3. Yeah,
scoreboard.
there's 5 guys walking out for Notorious and 3 guys walking out for Iron.
I wanted to try to like
Oh wait.
do the live stream, like do the finals
There we go.
tomorrow, but I won't be home tomorrow during the finals, so I'm not even gonna watch it
There we
until
go.
tomorrow
Can someone
night.
give us a call from down below?
Oh, you know what else was on today? F1 was on today.
So
Didn't
we have-
F1
we
race in
have
Saudi
5
Arabia today?
Walking out for each side.
Let's see if we can pirate that.
Both Ironman didn't have any extra bodies to pull because there was another trade.
Now that
The
we're gonna have
Notorious
some
guys had
problems.
Well, again, the only reason I'm slightly confused is the score reads
Sort it
4-1
by time.
Ironman, meaning they would have got.
There
the
we
point.
go.
That's a
Saudi
huge
Arabia
switch because,
GP
You know, is it 3-2 or 4-1?
round
That
2. Is that the actual
drastically changes the
race?
strategy and the situation and the story.
International. What is that?
And again, and Notorious going 1-1
We'll figure it out
yesterday.
later.
If they could make
Shock
this
definitely
big,
changed the game of
that would be
paintball.
massive. They have to play the Hurricanes next, so they have some work to do today.
Like
So
when?
being
Like
down
you know,
one
not
point,
recently.
and
That's
then
for
the
damn
Ironmen are
sure.
just in a must-win situation because they dropped the Infamous and the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
So
And here's the other thing. From our point of view, from our perspective,
Very
watching
disappointed.
that happen all
The
on the top
DFW
side
people
up
are
there,
not
on
happy.
top of
Why?
the
Why are
snake side.
DFW people not happy?
And the way that how
There was a gross
awkwardly
major
each of
call in
those players
Aftershock,
were
I
playing the
think, for
positions
trying to
when they
wipe
both
a
exploded and
hit.
came off the field. The penalty looked
I
like
can't
it could have
remember
been
what
on-
match it was,
like Omar had switched
but there
right
was
away and
definitely
shot
a,
the gun,
a point where
and
someone was
also looked like the
running
other
like
guy-
off the
so
break,
let's
and they
check
had it on camera, and he got
Okay,
shot in the arm,
So
and then he
Omar's
gets to the
kinda
bunker,
switching
and he
here.
kind of like
I don't believe
wipes
that
it a
he
little
hit, and then-
weird, and then he like kind of starts shooting again.
Yeah,
so he
And then they
kinda
called
shot
a
Omar.
they called
Yeah, so
a
he kinda shot
a
Omar
major
in
on
the
that. I don't know if it was a
right
gross
shot
major or
on the
not
inside
though.
is a little bit of a glare. Let's see, get a look.
No, this side right here.
I
So
don't know
watch.
what they're watching. They're
Boom,
watching
boom,
like
boom, boom, and then Omara shoots him. I mean, Omar, like I said, from our perspective, it looked like Omara was.
they're
in
watching
a
some sort of
transition
replay. I don't know what's going
of
on.
turning his gun anyhow, but whenever you're in the spinning motion as it is,
It looks bad, and
it just looks bad. Yeah, and so
Whenever I read DFW, I read Dallas
Right
Fort
then.
Worth, so I don't know what what DFW is other than that.
And again, maybe he was pulling a trigger as he was. Fighting.
yeah, I mean that
They're
could've-
definitely watching
it
someone
looked
spin.
really
I don't
bad,
know
but
what
it
the
also
heck
could've
for.
easily
I
just
don't know
been
if they
short.
were called a penalty
Should
though,
make it,
or
regardless. I mean, yeah, it's tough, Matty. It's
And
these
again,
refs, dude. I'll tell you what, man. Being a ref is very difficult. You guys all need to thank your refs, whether you get bad calls or good calls at the end of the day, because these guys are doing a lot of work.
Yeah, reffing is a hard
very little
job.
reward and very little
No one
thank you.
cares
Well, also
either.
think
Everyone
about
just
it,
gets
too.
mad
You know,
at them too.
When I was a kid, one of my jobs was umpiring baseball, and then played a lot of different sports. But in this situation, so when you're umpiring baseball, you're not getting shot.
Oh yeah.
There's one ball to follow, and you're only doing it for about 3 hours. If maybe you could stack up a couple games, make some extra money, so it'll be a longer day. These guys are out here all day long, and they're getting shot. And sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's rainy and wet, whatever.
They're always getting
this
yelled
is
at.
just the truth. Yeah, they can't.
Paintball fit. We're talking about paintball fit. Well, that makes sense. I was like,
everyone has the ball.
You said it. Dallas Fort Worth had high expectations for what?
That's why I'm really glad we
I
do
get
have
that
to
it's for
review.
paintball fit now.
So
Yeah.
Jason and the ability to do a slow-mo instant replay. Okay, so they've taken the point.
I don't know. I don't
on the scoreboard.
I don't think I would be. I mean, obviously,
Based on what we just saw.
paintball fit. We're typically used to seeing them do better, right? But they're playing in a higher division. I mean, there's no question that the pro guys are considerably better than the divisional teams. And I think that, we've seen that, right, by the way Paintball Fit's played, or the way they did, and the way Blast Camp did.
How bad was it last night?
But also at the same time, I think that Paintball Fit did really good. They lost, sure, but they had some very close matches. I think they can probably learn a lot from this, though. My takeaway is that it just seems like they're not aggressive enough. There's times when they might need to be a little bit more aggressive. It just seemed like the other teams that are winning are just way more aggressive, and they're up in those front positions way quicker and faster than Paintball Fit. Yeah, 2 overtimes. I knew of one. But 2 overtimes is not bad, and they're playing good teams. They absolutely demolished the ML Kings. I mean, if I was the ML Kings, I'd be kind of a little embarrassed.
But I had
I want to switch over. There we go.
And I was trying to look up, and I still couldn't get the glare out of my eyes.
So yeah, there they are, 1-3. But I don't know. They do have a positive margin, but that's really only because of that crazy game. They did that, and it was like, holy shit, they're gonna destroy everybberry. But then the ML Kings kind of shit the bed too. They beat Uprising, which is not. I don't know if that says all that much. Most Texas teams play that defense play. Yeah, and it might work too on certain layouts, but I don't know if it's going to work on this one. I mean, we typically see Damage play that way as well. And you can see there, Damage is 0-2. But then if you ask Damage, they say they don't play slow, so I don't know. But everybody else says they do. The paintball experts that I pay attention to, they are still watching this spinning penalty.
And you pull the trigger.
I think spending 20 minutes talking about what to do. At some point you got to make a decision here.
And this may obviously not even be
crazy.
Intention from O'Mara.
Their offense relies on Chavez. That's who I was looking for earlier. He did a very good job. I mean, he played really well. Everyone played pretty good. The offense relies on Chavez, and the teams know that. They need someone else to push. Yeah, I felt like the middle, the center of the field might have been lacking for them a little bit too. That's like Diesel relying on Mouse to be the attacker. Yeah, true. Diesel also has BJ Henningberg. He's also really good. Damage played slow as fuck yesterday.
Absolutely.
That's their game, though. I mean, their game is to try to shoot a guy off the break and then try to get up on that body so they're on a 45, and then try to play as slow as possible. Not maybe as possible, but play slow and try to shoot people out. So.
I even made a joke.
I love you, Ryan, but you are not the tallest.
No, I'm sure not. I'm not making any argument that I am. And I was like, well, I can see the ground.
You should not be able to see.
No, I can see the ground diving into the snake from the back center. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Dan, it's funny, at Giants Paintball in Plano, Texas, they play aggressive, play different at the Paintball Fit field.
But they lose a body.
Paintball Fit plays different at different fields.
But they shoot 2 bodies. So the Ironmen, with just 3 bodies left alive, they lost one on the break. With Kyle taking the walk as they win a couple gunfights, and now 3-on-3 situations.
So Notorious got a point. It's 3-2. There's still 6 minutes left in this match, though.
always such a a breath of fresh air when you see those two bodies walk off when you're down bodies.
Well, Notorious on the right-hand side here needs to get number 1 player in
I'm
the
so
game. Once he
burpy
gets up
today.
there we go. He just needs to get all the way around this thing, and he'll be able to cut off that entire Dorito side and start getting some kills here. So there he is shooting at the back center, and Tom guessed. And now what needs to happen is we need to get a Notorious player out wide. Ironmen are really stuck in this pocket, and I think Tom can make
I mean, I'm definitely glad they got rid of the pink fill, though. I definitely didn't like the pink fill. I thought it was hideous. I hated the way the pink fill
on
looked.
the bottom center of your screen, on the right-hand side of your screen, is trying to lock off the snake side. And now Notorious makes it wide over there. So
I saw
Ironmen are not in the best
Axel
situation
Godin
right now.
is just
No, they're not.
playing insane
It was
for
a 3-on-3.
impact.
But
And he did a really cool move the other day when he was
the
like
Ironmen just don't seem to want to
in like the Dorito wedge,
Not every
so
point,
on the
not every
side with all the
time, but
Doritos.
Notorious seems to be
And then he
playing
like
with a little bit
retreated.
more
He
freedom
ran
as far
back
as their willingness
and then
to
came out
take these
wide and
offensive
shot a
risks.
guy. It was really kind of cool.
Amar's going to get shot here in a second. Amar's going to make a move. Oh,
People
just
play
looking inside.
different
So
at the
Mars in
fields,
that
for
center,
sure.
south
It's like that
of
here where I live,
electronics
too.
bunker.
I mean, like, say,
Wanting to
Capital
go
Edge.
wide, and there he
Capital
goes.
Edge
He
is
finally
where
fills wide. And Matt Rao here
lots of pro
missing that
teams come to
inside
Capital
shot.
Edge. Like last weekend, the
Ooh.
Dynasty
getting
Impact
bounced in the head,
Infamous
maybe?
practice was there.
I don't see
And
the paint on him.
for sure, at Capital Edge, like most of the divisional teams, I think also play a little slower. But if you go to, like, say,
Matt, you
Davis
gotta get around the
Paintball
corners.
or Fairfield, they definitely play faster out there. Davis is definitely a faster
This is
style
where,
play.
you know, this
Which is
this
weird, you know. I
winning
think it's
stuff,
just
you know?
because we get the
So here
same
comes Tom
teams
Guest
going there
getting
over and
this match
over,
him over here.
you
This
know.
is
So
really
you
big.
kind of
He
like
needs to get down. He needs Matt Rao needs
sort
to
of
get
start
down over
playing
here.
like
There we
each
go.
other, and
Yeah, they have his
you're not
same
really
exact body
playing.
type Airman. It's good. So Matt Rao played.
Well,
for
yeah,
him
you're
this
playing the
week,
same
wide
team, so it
and
kind of like becomes the
decided
same.
to get more, you know, because he just wasn't getting playing time. So
A-Rod
he's
one-on-one.
in front of him right now.
I don't know if I saw that. I
Tough.
don't
He's on the top
remember.
of
I
the
saw
ball.
someone won like a
Yeah.
1-on-3
Got
earlier.
something
Didn't like
inside.
Elliot
I like this
Weaver win a
secondary move right
1-on-3
here.
or something?
Getting into this spot and then trying.
I'll have it in my
I
notes.
love the double load. Ooh, bounces.
So next live stream, so on Thursday, I'm gonna
much,
try
too
to
much,
do
man.
like we'll do some
did too much
highlights
there.
and stuff.
So Matt
bounce
Hart-
the back left.
I have Revo.
Is that Zach?
Didn't Elliot Weaver? No, Gladstone. Grayson Gladstone from Aftermath won a
It was a
1-on-3
bend no
earlier.
break moment for the Ironmen.
Oh, I do have A-Rod's 1-on-1
Isolate
win.
that offense.
That was that really long one, right? It was like
Again, it's good to see Matt Rao, you know, on team he gets playtime. So
A-Rod's 1-on-1 was really long.
But
Yeah, I mean he was one of those bodies.
There
that
were
were
two
Southern California
1-on-3 wins
player.
today.
Um,
Yeah, I must
you
have
know,
missed them.
grinding, playing as much
I know
as he
that
could,
what I really liked
playing
is
on a high
that.
caliber team, you know, it's one of those things that it's hard to get
Let's
playtime
switch
for
here.
that-
What I really did like
talked
was
to a lot
that
of these guys in the offseason.
I actually
didn't get a
meant
chance speak
to,
them a little bit about that. Obviously, never going to tell anyone what to do.
like, do this
Kind of
earlier.
Where I tell guys like that, hey, talk
One of the things that I liked about that Go Sports,
have a no BS
maybe not Go
conversation.
Sports,
Yeah.
but
How much playing time do you
yeah, I guess Go Sports.
see me getting?
Yeah.
And I know that's
They're
the
actually
answer
uploading
will be,
these
how well
these
are you
clips of
playing?
highlights, so I'm actually gonna
That's
go
always gonna
back
be what
through
they're gonna tell you,
these
and that's definitely the
and
answer. But anyways,
try to catch some new highlights
if
that I
you're not
missed,
getting real game time experience,
like that right there. Like I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, and that's important, right? You want to get the experience from high-level players.
Fedorov's
but you
in
also
Vegas.
Want to make sure you're getting
That's a weird-
as many reps and game time.
it's even like Mike
posted
Urena
24
doing
minutes
defense with
ago.
the Ironmen right now with a 2-point lead. Like Mike Urena goes to Impact, he's getting tons of spins, playing pretty well.
Sergey
sharing time with
arguing
you
about
guys,
something.
But he learned a lot.
Yeah.
He got a ton of wins.
Mikey's a stud, man, and it was like that's the thing on Dynasty, right? Like it's hard to get playing time. It's not easy for me to get playing time.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Right? Like my spot's not guaranteed. You got to show up and you got to like earn your spot.
4-2
back.
Notorious.
He knows he can't just walk in ham
Yeah.
Oliver Lang,
Yeah.
one of the greatest
No,
ever.
4-2 Ironman,
Depending on
I
who
see.
you talk to, the greatest. But
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I guess
you don't even expect that.
Zach Geiger, I think he got hurt.
Every conversation I had, I was like, "You gonna come out?" He's like, "Yeah."
Didn't
you know,
Zach
but come
Geiger
out,
from the
like,
Ironman
if you
got
guys want me
hurt?
here. Yeah, the first
And
year
we
he came
saw
out,
that,
just sucks it on everybody.
Josh-
Yeah, we'll take you. Come to the next practice.
Why am I forgetting his last name? Josh
But that's how you.
Josh
that's how you have a team
from,
that wins as many tournaments as you had.
New York
I was jumping
Extreme.
back into this
Josh. Why am I forgetting his last name?
Still down by 2.
I don't know.
Time to work with here,
He
325
broke his hand punching a table. Josh Taylor, there you go.
Getting all the way up into this. Oh wow!
Yeah, O'Mara.
Why does that guy do?
He's gonna
it? Why
like
did-
kill Mike Buter. Blomp, blomp. All kinds of problems are happening.
Sometimes I get excited here. It was just that was
4-2.
Well, use your words. Explain.
The MYX guy punched a table.
Omara
Yeah.
They saw each other. There was
I broke my
Notorious
hand
player
once.
in this wedge
Punching
who
someone in the
shot at
face,
Omara
though.
when he popped his head up out of this wedge.
When I was
And as
like
soon as he shot him, Omara went
12.
down. Omara, right?
That's right, 13. Somewhere, something like that. I'm having like playback problems right now. And I think it's mainly me. It's not probably.
Inside, he was like, why isn't he not looking at me? And just shot him in the butt.
Free kill.
Yeah, it was a free kill.
That's why we call them free kills. Oh, but Omara losing a gunfight here down the sideline.
Stephen O'Mara losing. Man, what is going on?
And
I'm
I
like,
think, so there are players for Ironmen. I see 3 of them on the field, but I believe there are still 4 alive. I didn't see another one walk off.
Harmon was
So
a
now
Snake
ABJ
player
is
in
getting
that
weapons
fit
there. So
match.
there are 3 Ironman players left alive. So, minute and 40, so they need to get going here.
Yeah, but this is a really tough situation for those Ironmen.
My memory's so bad. It's crazy. Like, it's terrible. I don't remember anything that ever happens.
No one in any spot he really has to truly.
Archie Barnes, though, he's really good, dude. He's been killing it this year. He killed it last year.
Just take all that pressure, let everyone try to shoot at you, be a threat, and then let the play develop.
They're going to have to do something here, though. I mean, down 2-4. I mean, Notorious has field position. They've got the center 50. They've got this. They're on their side of the field on the bottom Snake.
You can just walk right up the middle of the field. Here he goes. Come on.
But they're definitely holding it down. I mean, Ironmen are going to have to be able to shoot. Marky Franz looks like he's going to try to walk through the center to try to bunker someone. He's probably going to shoot that guy.
That's Marky Franz.
Is there anybody even there?
Get him.
No one's even there. He was shooting a spot no one was at.
Yeah, but not
45.
40
Notorious
seconds.
will probably
Not
win
putting
this
it together.
point.
Go bunker that guy, man. What is he waiting for?
Well, he's had enough. I think Ty Bateman. Yeah, Ty Bateman.
Okay, we got a 3-4 match.
Just run down the other side and shoot everybody.
Sense of urgency, guys. Like.
Well, I think Notorious. They're wearing like some
60-second call
skull
and just
mask
kinda,
that I'm not too familiar
disregard.
with.
So yeah,
which you.
I can hear Shane.
And good for Ty Bateman.
Yeah.
Ty Bateman probably head checked the
Benny
call,
says,
so
I
nobody-
watched the
that's it.
first
I
3
gotta
points
commit.
on my
If I get
break
shot, I
at
get
work,
shot.
Marky needed to close
but
that
I
game.
never finished
Yeah,
it.
he was putting too much
Thanks.
emphasis on his own life. He was like not prepared to risk it to win, and that's the problem. So yeah, here let's break this down. Here's the clip I was talking about, and I apologize for
Calling him a fool.
yeah, but okay. So they're shooting here. Okay, so he
sees him. He's like, oh, go. No,
yeah,
right
and
there.
so he's like, okay, the guy, okay, maybe he didn't see him, and then he turned around. So
No, he definitely knew he knew he was there. He head checked him. He saw him.
yeah, it just maybe he didn't know that. Here's the last move that we're talking about. Great shot for over there, but now Marky comes through here.
But the thing was, Bateman was already there.
Bateman was already in the backfield.
So and we're talking about.
We'll see. Let's go
seconds, right? So
Notorious.
still, that
I'd
10
like to see
seconds
them
that Marky had to
tie it up
pause and
here.
try to
I don't
put it
know, though.
together, Bateman would just launch.
As soon
It
as
might not
Marky missed
happen.
that shot on whomever was in the W for Ironmen, he should have just launched and traded out with him, knowing that he still had 3 guys alive to close the game down. He should have sacrificed his body right there, get him off the field,
Drop that hammer.
and even more so. As
Yeah,
soon
I
as
want the
back center
Ironman
guy
to win.
walked
Go
off.
Ironman.
So you see the back center guy walk
Let's
off,
hold
there's
it
a guy
back.
standing
Hold it off.
directly in front of you, bunker him, and you don't need to live at that point because as soon as you launch and shoot him,
So there's
you
like
know that Archie was
34
alive shooting
seconds
across the
left. You
field.
know,
So
all the
Archie
Ironmen are going to do is sit back.
10,
This
more
field-
than that.
maybe
I think
15
almost
seconds.
I don't know. I don't know if
So-
it'd be easy
Yeah,
to
because
make
it was a
like.
60-second when he was up in it called 60
I don't know if
seconds
it'd
when
be
he
easy to
tried
run fast points
edge
on this.
out that
Probably
little W
not. I mean,
from
there's
the-
so
the
much
South
stuff in the
Electronics
middle of
Center.
the field too. It makes it kind of hard to just run down the center of the field. So
Center Temple. Here, the clock said 60 seconds. He missed the shot. Then he walked up into it and then waited and waited and waited. Then Archie shot the back center and then he waited longer. Then the big move came down the tape. That's when he launched.
Yeah.
Right. So there was a plenty of time right there, and I think what we're now dealing with about 30 seconds.
Yeah, and so we have a situation where Notorious, only down by 1, fighting strong to keep this one close.
go Ironman.
They, with your breakdown, should have. An
I'm
extra
shocked Damage has not
20
won a
30
match
seconds on
yet.
the clock.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting, right?
Here
They're
it is.
0-2.
What do you think? I think we're going to run to the snake. We're going to run wide on this Dorito side. So Ironmen need to get some good shots off the break.
Ryan, only 33 seconds left. They do. They get some good shots on the break.
Ironmen shoot one guy off the break.
Yeah, Ty Bateman.
It's like a
That's
5-on-4.
Ty's one of the best guys.
Losing another body there.
Oh, man.
Ironman.
Yeah, Zach Carter taking the walk. But here comes the attack up the middle right now for
I don't know.
Notorious.
It might
Ironman
happen. There's 10 seconds left.
Kind of a bomb goes off. Marky Franz gets a kill, but
nope, it's not going to happen.
Keep
wow.
one body alive, so just 5 seconds left, and it doesn't look like anyone's left alive for Notorious, so the Ironmen are
going to take it. 4-2-3.
Great finish there for the Ironmen. Way to hang on.
Yeah, so final score 4-3 as regulation time expires.
Did anyone see the F1 jerseys Kinetic is about to put out?
Somebody,
nope.
I don't know what.
I know they had jerseys. Do they call them the F1, or is it Field 1 or Formula 1?
For sure.
Yep.
When I see F1, I think of Field 1.
Taking on Legion, Infamous, and the Hurricanes, and then we're going to see best team in the world, San Diego Dynasty, 4 World Cups in a row. They're going to be playing Blast Camp. Damage also against the Ironmen. Ironmen and Must situation, and Damage has to win that game. They dropped 2
Yeah, I know they have
yesterday.
jerseys, but
stick with us here.
I
2024
didn't,
NXL Las Vegas Major. Matty Marshall here on Go Sports. Check out the
I haven't
Spick and
seen them
Span
in
show
person.
Tuesdays 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Ah, they're doing Senna and Hamilton ones. I didn't see that. Can we find them on Instagram or something like that? Because if they're not on Instagram, I'm not even gonna. We're never gonna find them. I'm gonna turn that off. We're gonna turn the Go Sports thing off. And what the hell am I doing? Instagrams. On Insta. Oh, hey, look at that right there. The first thing that popped up. So we have, oh, Vettel. Vettel, that's a weird, Sebastian Vettel. That's an odd choice. Huh. They look kind of cool. Hopefully they don't get sued by somebody, though. I always worry about that stuff. But I don't know if they're actually making them, though, because it says, like, we are big F1 fans and are thinking about doing a limited run of jerseys. I know that they definitely kind of just came out with their jerseys this year. I've not seen them in person, but I really like the Kinetic stuff. I mean, Kinetic makes everything really good. Their sweatshirt idea, like for an over jersey, like your, I don't know, not over jersey. They're like their hoodie that's kind of like a paintball jersey. You know, it's made of like good material, and it's got like abrasion stuff on the arms and stuff. It's really nice. Also really like the KMP, their Kinetic Modular Pack. You know, that's the pack that I wear, so I like the thing. Glad the Ironmen finally have a W. They look like they finally have a W, but they look like more of the same from the last few years. Aftermath seems like the most improved from last year, while NYX might be the least. NYX is probably about the same for sure, but they did well last year. I mean, they were 5th overall last year. Aftermath has looked good for sure. I'm with you. Yeah, it's just weird to see a Vettel jersey because he's not racing, so it's like, oh, it's just an odd one. Nate Hanneman, what's up, buddy? What are you doing? Hopefully you're just at home hanging out, resting. You caught me just in time to say that I'm signing off. I was going to leave right after that game finished, and that game has finished. I'm supposed to be over at my aunt's house 20 minutes ago. No one's called me yet, so that's okay. But either way, sorry, Nate, I am leaving. I'll talk to you later, though. Yep. Guys, come back next Thursday. On Thursday, not next Thursday, this coming Thursday, I should say. We'll have to talk about. We're definitely going to do some NXL recap. We'll have some like highlights to talk about. Maybe I'll have a cool paintball gun we could talk about. All right. I kind of go to the bathroom too. It's kind of one of the reasons I want to go. Okay, guys. I'll see you later. And come back Thursday, you know?